I am now pleased to introduce this year's Convocation speaker. Anthony Noble is a member of the class of 1999, a dual major in economics and political science in the College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. Anthony has parlayed his liberal arts education into a rich and fulfilling career. A native of Washington, D.C., he is a vice president and the chief of staff to the chair, president, and CEO of American Tower Corporation, a leading independent owner, operator, and developer of wireless and broadcast communications real estate. Anthony previously was the managing principal of Princeton Real Estate Partners, which acquires, develops, and manages properties throughout the D.C. area. He has also served as an executive at an international real estate investment firm, leading the acquisition and entitlement phase of the Capitol Crossing project, a 2.2 million square foot mixed-use development spanning an active portion of Interstate 395, and was a member of the real estate group at Holland and Knight. At Syracuse, Anthony distinguished himself by studying abroad and serving as a senior class marshal, a peer advisor in arts and sciences, and a member of the Student Association. Today, he remains as close as ever to the university, as evidenced by his involvement with the Arts and Sciences Board of Visitors and the DC Regional Council, which he chairs. Please give a warm Syracuse welcome to Anthony Noble.
Dean Rulin, Dean Van Slyke, esteemed faculty, graduates, honorees, alumni, families, and friends. It's an honor to share this day with you, and looking at you all from the stage, I must say that you look like you're prepared for success. When I spoke to the deans about Convocation, what I realized was that I'd really been tasked with being the bearer of bad news. I was selected to tell you that after this weekend, your relationship with Marshall Street will never be the same. For those of you unfamiliar with Marshall Street is a place where students socialize concepts they've learned in class and occasionally find and lose love. My grandmother told me not to be too dramatic about Marshall Street and to give you guys hope instead. She sent me a text message saying, quote, that I should, quote, remind them that this weekend will be fun AF, end quote. And my guess is that she probably picked that up from the kids at church. But as you probably guessed, my grandmother's pretty cool. I remember sitting in your seat 18 years ago, not knowing what I was going to do after graduation. I'd applied to graduate school and was waiting for a final decision from the program that I wanted to attend. But I didn't know when I would hear back from them or if their response would be positive. And if you rewind 2 months before graduation, one of my professors asked me and one of my classmates about our post-graduation plans. My classmate responded that she was going to go to law school in Boston, and the professor's response to her was, "Oh, you're going to do great. Set your goals high, you'll get into every school you applied to," just overwhelmingly positive and encouraging. When the professor turned to me, I told her I was waiting to hear back from the Woodrow Wilson School at Princeton. And the professor laughed and said, "You might want to start looking at jobs because the chances of you getting into Princeton are pretty slim." Now, I was a little embarrassed by my professor's response to my post-graduation plans, mainly because I had a huge crush on my classmate who probably knew that then. But what my professor didn't know, that my classmate and I knew, was that at that time, my swag was on $1 trillion, okay? And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I got into Princeton. The reason I was so confident was because of what I learned here as a student in the College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. The college and the Maxwell School give young minds access to leading scholars and groundbreaking research like the detection of gravitational waves. The curriculum forces you out of your comfort zone and requires you to do things that you may not be comfortable with. Students of philosophy, English and textual studies, and women's studies must interact with the life sciences. And students of biology, chemistry, and biotech must engage in the humanities and social sciences. The end result of this interdisciplinary approach that is the liberal arts is that students who make it to this day know how to research, analyze, and propose solutions to problems across a broad spectrum of disciplines. I joked about Marshall Street earlier, but there's a lot of learning that happens here outside of the classroom. The social interactions with people from different backgrounds and different ideas are as important as the problem sets, the papers, and the lab assignments. I hope that at this point, you all know that the use of the N-word is never acceptable, even if it's a lyric in your favorite song. And that when you hear the phrase Black Lives Matter, you know that it's meant to be inclusive and a reminder that all citizens must have equal rights and protection under the law, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or sexual orientation, and that we all acknowledge and appreciate the effort and the sacrifices that the women and men in law enforcement make each day to keep us safe. Those interactions remind us that we are part of a single family. And today, you are joining an exceptional and diverse group of Syracuse alumni that includes a math major who graduated from the college in 1962 and has the distinction of being the first African American to win the Heisman Trophy. Courageous individuals like Katherine Switzer, a member of the class of 1968, who as a student in the college became the first woman to run the Boston Marathon 50 years ago, making her a pioneer for equality in and outside of athletics. And of course, one of my favorites, David Falk, an economics major who graduated from the college in 1972 and who helped a young man named Michael Jordan become an American icon and the face of excellence in sports. That is the legacy that you are now a part of. And like the superheroes in the Marvel comics, each of you has an important origin story. And each of you has something valuable to offer the world. Because your generation has no boundaries or limits. And your generation will need every voice, every gender, every race, every religion to solve the problems that face the world. Because diversity and inclusion are what make America great. And that's what will change the world. Some of you will help fellow Syracuse alum and former Vice President Joe Biden with the cancer moonshot. Others will join activists like Chance the Rapper in the fight to improve public education. Some of you might write novels and stories that entertain and inspire readers around the globe. Or you might write lyrics like Drew Taggart of the Chainsmokers in class of 2011 that help people enjoy life. As graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences and Maxwell School, you each have the foundation and skills to be successful in any endeavor you attempt. But you have to be aggressive and you have to be ambitious because the world needs you to be. Even though this weekend is your graduation weekend, your relationship with the college, the Maxwell School, and the university is just beginning. To take advantage of all the treasures that the college and Maxwell School and university have to offer, You must continue to be engaged with the college, the Maxwell School, and the university. And that could be through volunteering or donating to your favorite programs. I am the Vice Chair of the Board of Visitors for the College of Arts and Sciences and the Chair of the university's DC Regional Council. And I guarantee you that the degree each of you receives this weekend will be more valuable if you have an active relationship with your school. Because there are more alumni volunteers like me who have a vested interest in your success and the success of the college, the Maxwell School, and the university. So help the college, the Maxwell School, the university, and your fellow alumni help you as you grow and develop. And lastly, since it's Mother's Day weekend, please thank your mothers and all the people who have supported you to this point. Because as a 20-something-year-old adult, it's hard to understand all of the sacrifices and the effort that others have contributed for you to get to this point. So make sure that you let your mothers, families, and friends know how much you love them. And for each of you, I wish you nothing but success and that everything you do in life, you do with love. Thank you.